Lars Botha, and welcome back. You know what was quite interesting in the last month, the Varsity Cup that we had. So far it's really growing week in and week out. The little bit of a surprise package for me was the Ikeys from Cape Town that struggled a little bit, not qualifying for the semi-finals. But at the end it worked out. The two better universities rugby-wise at the moment qualified, Pretoria University and Stellenbosch University. Two of your better teams at the moment, and the way they've actually played throughout this campaign, I thought quite a high standard of rugby. And also you can see why a lot of people regard the Varsity Cup as a breeding ground, because there's definitely talent there that can be utilised later in Vodacom Currie Cup, and you'll definitely see also another in a couple of years' time a number of players moving up to Super 15. Then of course the major talking point last month was the Six Nations. I thought Wales had an exceptional Six Nations. Quite interesting that they just announced that Lancaster is going to be the new coach of England. I thought that he actually did very well. But to be honest, apart from Wales, I haven't really seen anything else that really excites me about rugby at the moment in the Northern Hemisphere. Scotland still struggling to make inroads. Italy had the one win, but you can see they're never really going to be a rugby power, but we need them actually to be one. And then England, I thought after all their hiccups, even last year with the World Cup, I thought Lancaster actually did quite a good job with the team, but I'm still not convinced, and they're also visiting South Africa in June. I'm still not convinced they're suddenly a rugby power. I think they've got a little bit of work ahead. And then the surprise package, to be honest, Ireland. I thought Ireland would have been a lot stronger, actually campaigning to win the Six Nations. They weren't in it. And then of course France. A lot of people thought after they played in the semi-final they're going to be suddenly contenders, but they actually fell by the wayside and didn't really produce with all the talent the results that I think they were looking at. Then locally we've got of course the Super 15. Totally a surprise package at the moment for me, because let's be honest, we thought out of Australia it will be Waratahs and Reds really campaigning, but it was a little bit Jake White and the Brumbies doing exceptionally well, playing some good rugby, and you can see that Jake's definitely getting something going with the Brumbies again. New Zealand, look at New Zealand, Blues, Crusaders, nowhere at the moment. I know it's still a long campaign, but nowhere at the moment. Actually the Highlanders really playing some superb rugby, followed by the Chiefs, followed by the Hurricanes. So everybody talked about the other big two, but suddenly it's the Minnows or the three lesser known franchises actually playing the better game at the moment. And then in South Africa, big surprise for me, the Bulls. Of course, with all the players they lost, we thought no, there's no ways that they're going to be a contender, and at the moment they're playing some of the best rugby that I've seen in a very long time. Stormers still unbeaten. Quite a feather in their cap to be unbeaten. Of course, big game, the Bulls, Stormers still coming. And then surprise package for me a little bit, the Sharks. I thought the Sharks would really be a strong contender. They're playing well enough, but they're not really getting the results. And then of course the Lions really struggling, but too many injuries at the moment, and I think even a great coach like John Mitchell finds it quite hard. If you don't have the players, you're not going to get the results. And then Cheetahs, one team that can play for 80 minutes, but unfortunately after 80 minutes on a regular basis they've just got lesser points than the opposition. So it's quite an interesting Super 15 so far, but we know there's still a lot ahead. And then of course the most important thing for me, especially with Heyneke Meyer, now the new coach, is the thing that actually stands out are the younger players coming through and really playing good rugby at the moment. And to be honest, there's such a pool of players at the moment that Heyneke can look at, and I believe he will. I believe also he will look at some of his players that did duty during the World Cup, so he can actually get a nice team going. I know he's got a time problem in June to actually prepare the box to play against England. Maybe it's an omen that we're playing England at the moment. That's not really at their best, but overall, to be honest, I think the rugby picture is looking very good.